With no alternative accommodation, many councils are desperately trying to remedy the defects in their system-built housing stock so that their tenants can go on living in them. A new industry has sprung up, offering methods of repairing the systems. Tower blocks hundreds of feet high are being completely recovered or reclad in new materials, guaranteed to prevent rain reaching the joints. When the housing department dealing with the Trowbridge estate in London were trying to solve the problem of water leakage, they were offered 4 different commercial systems to choose from. Could you tell me what happened when you tested the systems that had been suggested for use at Trowbridge?
Well, in that case, the criterion was quite simply that the system would prevent rainwater crossing a small cavity and wetting the insulation, which was to be fixed on the outside of the blocks. And to our surprise, none of the systems tested succeeded in doing this.
Did the systems fail the test badly?
Some of them did, some failed very badly, but some were not so bad. They failed comparatively narrowly, but it would have been important. We were dealing with a 3-metre square panel. If you consider that area grossed up to the size of a high-rise block, then obviously it's serious enough.
Are those systems being used by other local authorities?
Well, so far as I know, yes, but whether they're being used in precisely the same form, I have no way of telling.
The only way that you can repair the present industrialised systems, or virtually the only way, is by the use of other untried and untested remedial works. And so we're actually finding that there are now systems of repair coming in to repair the systems-built dwellings in the first place. And we already have evidence of some of those repair systems failing because they've been inadequately researched and evaluated.
What sort of risks do you think there are from using systems that haven't been appraised properly?
Well, to take a very obvious one, there's the fire risk, and I think it's absolutely essential that anything that is being placed on or around existing blocks should be considered very carefully in relation to a serious fire. There's the problem of weather tightness that we've already mentioned, where if water is dripping inside a system for years, it may make the situation much worse than it ever was before the cladding was placed.
On the question of a fire risk, do you think that there are now systems being used which represent a fire risk?
Frankly, yes.
Would you be prepared to name them?
No.
When professionals now tell us that the remedial work being done on high-rise blocks is adequate and will solve the problem, should we trust them?
If I say yes, will you call me complacent? I would take everything they say with a pinch of salt.